Alright guys, what's up? I know it's been a hot minute since we have touched farming 25. A decent amount has kind of changed. As you can see over here, we have a mower and our tractor. Back over by where you would start if like they gave you land to start. Then we've got, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, we've got, so field 27 and field 30, along with like all this area we own now. Believe there's nothing changed over here. We have switched from really doing canola to doing soybean and sunflowers, as well as barley for our chickens. We currently have, let's see here, how much do we have? We currently have 51,000 liters in eggs. So we have plenty of eggs. I just planted field, what field is that? Field 2. Field 2 has just been planted with soybean. Nope, that's a lie. Field 7 was just planted with sunflower. Soybeans will be next month. And so the reason for this thing, the mower, is I've decided that, as you can see, we also have a loading wagon and a windrower. I've decided I want to get more into animals and stop just solely depending on our crops for income. So I've purchased a little goat farm over here. It's also a pig pen. If you don't know how to get goats, it is the pig pen that you want to purchase, or actually no, it's the sheep pen that you want to purchase. And then you can, fun fact, if you actually put it on a field that already has grass, you are pretty much self-sufficient on the grass and you don't have to feed them anything. We're also going to get into silage too. Silage apparently can make a good amount of money. Let's actually look at the price here for silage. Silage is in other category. Yeah, so silage sells for 225, like a liter, I believe is what it goes by. But yeah, the silage goes by pretty much a liter. So if we fill this all the way up, we can take it over to the place and get it emptied. And then, we have our hay barn here. I don't really know entirely what all is needed for goats. I know it is, they produce milk and then you can sell the milk. They need hay, so we actually need to buy a tenner. We're kind of struggling in the money department a little bit. 98,000, really not much. But I believe that's pretty much everything that has really changed. Oh, we did install some mods. I also added a place for bales of pallets now, so they're not underneath that. And then it's a little grain oil mill, as I believe is what the name is. Yeah, it's just an oil mill. So that's where we'll put our canola and sunflowers. Just get us some more passive profit. I just loaded the eggs up into the trailer. As you can see over here, we have plenty more eggs. Just to show you guys the mods we have installed real quick. So we have 2 gooseneck mods, 2 Silverado mods that I've not purchased, that I also need to update before it breaks my game. And then the rest of these are all on the mod hub. So the Super Duty pickup, the forklift, liftable pallets, the lizard truck, this, which I was going to use, but I also debated starting over on a completely new save because things were just so small on this map. There wasn't really an opportunity for certain things, but on the other map, it was pretty much the same thing. So I was like, you know what? We'll just keep this map. So we'll go ahead and sleep until 7:30. All right, we're back. It is now 7:30 in the morning of April, and we are able to plant. That's the wrong one. We were able to plant soybeans now, so hopefully the goal of this episode is to actually sell our income, get a bunch of money, and finally get the goats and get all that. As soon as I can attach the planter, so we'll go ahead and get soybeans selected, move it over here and get it planted. And more or less, I'll cut back when the entire field is done being planted. So are you unfolding? There you go. Only took you about 5 hours. But the goal is, there's not, even looking in the menu, like help, there's nothing specific for goats. Goats. It just says Farming Simulator 25 and marks the first appearance of goats in the game series. These animals require the same facilities as a sheep for grazing and thriving. They produce a unique type of milk, goat milk, that needs to be retrieved from the barns in form of dairy tank pellets. This milk can be processed into goat cheese from a dairy production point. So they just eat grass and hay. I believe that makes forage in technicality. So all we really need is a tender, right? A tender. Yeah, so we need a tender to flip it, and then I have a baler already. That's really it. Silage additives. Silage additives, you can increase your yield. Okay, so yeah, and then we can get a roller for the grass. This basically just improves the yield of how much we get from it. But the one thing we do need is the tender to flip it and turn it into hay. Other than that, I don't believe we need. Oh, wait, we do need a mixing wagon. How much are those? A forage mixer. So is this forage mixer or is this the hay? Okay, so that is a forage mixer. I think we might go on the higher end, the 55,000, just to make things simple and easy. That holds 11.9 meters cubed compared to 24 liters cubed. So with all the goats, I think we're going to go on the higher end and get the 55,000. I think we might actually be able to just purchase both of those now. Yeah, we could, but I do want to wait till July because, as you can see, our soybeans, we have 123,000 liters worth of soybeans. That's a max profit of 274 on top of a couple other things. Yeah, the rice can also be sold in July. So pretty much can make a decent profit off of just that stuff alone. But I'll go ahead and get this field planted with soybeans. Hop back. We'll get the rolling process fertilized and everything else. And once that's done, oh, did I not? What's happening? What's happening? There's nothing here. All right, did I miss? Did I already sleep and I slept past when I could? No. So why is it not planting? Okay, so I'm on the reverse. Lower. Turn it on. Oh, it is. Wait. Oh, it is. It's just super hard to see. I was like, why is it not planting? It is, but okay. Yeah, you can slightly see the texture difference. Okay. Well, like I said, we'll cut back when this field. It's going to take probably a hot minute for it to get planted, but we'll hop back when that's already said and done and go. Here on this field, then we'll roll it. That should give us a state of fertilization because the liquid fertilizer goes so fast in this thing, it's not worth spending the time and money to constantly buy liquid fertilizer to put it into this. So I typically just fertilize it afterwards. It should give us the fertilized state um, after we roll it. And then we do have to actually fertilize our field over there. I believe it's field number 8. We have to actually fertilize that one. So we'll also be. So I didn't know this, but the cultivators, excuse the mouse, the cultivator. So the disc harrows and cultivators, they do the same job. However, the disc harrows is what I think is what I just said, I believe. Let me. Yeah, the disc harrows, these have a faster work speed. These have a work speed up to 11 miles an hour compared to the cultivators, which are topped at 9 miles an hour. So future tip for anybody, get a disc harrow instead of a cultivator if you can. It allows for faster work speed, which means you'll get your field done faster. So we're almost done here. Go grab the roller, which is already put together. Actually fill this up with seeds. Grab the roller, have a worker start on it just for the time while I fill this up. Get everything put back together. Lift, all right, cool. Then we'll hop over to our, where is it? Hop over here. Get him started on the headlines, or is that what they're called, right? They're called, yeah, or the headlands. Get him started on the headlands. Then go fill this one up for seeds, so it's ready for our next season, ready for next year, technically. And then, yeah, I'll more or less cut back with y'all when we're done with this field. And then hopefully we'll just we'll sleep till July. We should be able to sleep till July, and then we can sell all of our products and get a big profit, and hopefully get our goats. Okay, so I fertilized field 7 over there. While the worker was doing rolling on this field, I'm actually going to swap him out for our tractor, just because he drives slow. And I'm seriously considering selling the New Holland, or keeping the New Holland and selling this one, or selling this one and selling the New Holland to try and get another tractor. Just because tracks are actually really good in Farming 25. They pull a lot better. They're a lot better in the dirt and the mud and going uphill and everything. So that might be a decision we make after we get our cows and everything. But we'll go ahead. I have to wait, unfortunately, for this field to be rolled before I can sleep, because if I sleep, then it's just going to destroy the crops, because they'll enter their next stage of growth. While we're at it, let's check. Okay, so this does not give us a state of fertilization, unfortunately. So we will have to fertilize again after we are done. After we're done rolling, but that's fine. So once again, we'll. What the heck? How? Kind of confused as to how that happened, but hey. Once again, we'll get back when we're pretty much almost done with the field. Shouldn't take too long, but see y'all when we're almost done. All right, and there we go. We're done rolling with this field. It's a little, this mod is it's a little finicky. It's not perfect like it was back in 23. But you know, it is new-ish, so obviously updates will come out to fix the minor changes with it. Like that middle bar down there, that one doesn't always rotate consistently. So, you know, it still functions, but it doesn't always properly rotate. And then kind of the weight distribution is a little messy, at least with the tractors. It slides side to side if you whip it too quickly. But other than that, we can honestly wait, or I don't know. if we can wait to fertilize. I'm pretty sure you should see it like that. The weight. There's no reason it should be whipping me around like that with the kind of tractor I'm in. I think, you know what, we'll fertilize it just to be safe, just to be on the safe side. You can fertilize twice before you reach 100% fertilization. And then I want to talk to you guys about some changes that are eventually going to happen with the farm. So our big shed over here that we have, I'm eventually going to sell that and get smaller single like shed for tractors and stuff. Just so, because I hate this, you know, I have to go in and back it in and all that. When it's easier to just get individual shed pieces. So I'll eventually sell this along with that big one over there and buy the individual sheds. And then I did kind of like glance at it. The current profit right now that I'd get from the two tractors, the New Holland and the John Deere, it's not enough to cover the cost of a new one of these. So that probably wouldn't happen. I might just end up selling the other John Deere. I had upgraded the engine in the New Holland. Pretty much that's where we're at. Then I might keep that overhang one just for the trailers because I don't think the trailers are going to fit unless I buy. Why is my mouse in the middle of my screen every single time? Every time. So let me look at this one actually. If it will load. There we go. Yeah, so if I mean, I could do this one. This one doesn't seem turn off snapping. What the hell? Okay, I can't just rotate it normally, apparently. So it has the overhang, and it looks... Yeah, I'm not sure how big of a fan I would be of that one either. But like, buy this one, maybe. Ooh, that's really big. Is this one also big? Yeah. Could just buy these ones, honestly, and instead of getting the, where are they? Was it up top? Instead of buying the 3 shed one, just get like that big one. Just get like, where is it? Where'd it go? Or what is this? Is this a 3-door? Yeah, or I could get this one too. This is also another option, a single door on the back, 3 in the front. But I feel like the better bet would probably just be one of these and put it here. Or maybe move stuff and put it over here, you know. But that's just going to be something that's going to be done later on for sure. So we'll get the fertilizer out. We will go spray the field, maybe. All right, get her out, go spray the field, and then we'll see till July. All right, guys, we've just finished up fertilizing the hair. Yeah, English. Yeah, English is real great. We finished up fertilizing the field. I'm actually not even going to go bother to put this back because we're going to have to fertilize it next month. Or as long as we fertilize it before it like completely grows or hits the next stage, I believe we are good. So I'm actually going to stop it here. We're going to tab over here. Let's make sure our chickens are good on feed. Yeah, they're good on feed. Let's make sure our everything's good on water. All right, everything's good on water. So we'll go ahead and sleep until July. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, as you can see, our egg pallets are kind of full. It is now July. Oh, look at that. I predicted correctly. 2100 max price. So we'll be selling a lot today. Missed out on probably a couple 1,000 liters of eggs because I ain't cleaned them out in June. to make space. As you can see, all the error messages up on the top right. But I'll get these loaded up into the trailer, and we'll get started after this on selling our profit. All right, what was I doing? Oh, that's right. All right, eggs have been loaded up. We're going to empty out the barley that's in here. Empty it out into the chickens, and then go pull the rest into the silo. Get loaded up. Okay, it looks like it's at capacity for barley. So we'll get it loaded up, or sorry, emptied. We'll get it emptied into the silo, loaded up with soybeans. And I'm not entirely sure where soybeans are best sold. So we'll load up with soybeans. It looks like Goldcrest Valley is the best place by not even $10. Where's the train? I'm not. Oh, trying to drive away before we're even filled. Whoops. Oh, that's the store. Okay. So then, what about rice? Where's best place is the canning factory. Where is this at? Is that the same place for also the long grain rice, the canning factory? No. Goldcrest Valley is. Right? Yeah. So where is the canning factory? It's all the way over there. All right. So we'll go ahead and get this put into the silo by the train. Get the train rented. So it comes here. Oh, it's passing too. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so we might have to wait a hot minute for the train to come back. But I'll get all this loaded up. I don't even think we'll be able to make it all in one go, to be honest with you. But we will see. All right, so the train has been rented. It was 9.6 kilometers away when I rented it. The way it works is it either goes all the way around like its rotational thing that it supposedly does, or it reverses. So it could either reverse or it could continue straight and take even longer to get here. But only time will tell. That gives me time, though, to do multiple truckloads of our grain and everything and get them loaded into the silo, which is actually right over here. For those of you who may not know, or honestly, yeah, for those of you who may not know, because I at first was like, where am I supposed to dump this stuff? Usually it's like on ground level because it's on a train. I was like, where's it at? So yeah, you'll come over here by like the section 50 and the animal dealer, and you'll just dump it into here. It'll store it, and then once you get the train, you'll bring the train up to the front side. That is over there. That was extremely loud. You'll just bring it up forward to the front side and then load it into the trailer. On the train, I believe each one holds 69,000 liters, I believe is what it was. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just do our truckloads back and forth and get all of our grain moved. And I'll catch back up with y'all when we get to that point. Okay, we've got pretty much all of our soybeans in the trailer. There's only 4,000 of them left. It's debatable, but you know what? I think we'll completely empty out all the crops except for canola and barley and sunflowers. We'll really empty all those out and sell them for max profit. And then we'll go sell the rice down at the canning factory, I think is what it was called. The canning factory. The train is also here. I, however, am going to actually go to the store and purchase something. And we're just going to leave it over there so I don't have to constantly drive back and forth to rent the train. So we're not going out of our way all the time, and we can just jump to that, rent it, jump back to that when it gets here, and do that. So I think it's $4,000. Yep, a wee little $4,000 dirt bike, which is actually the first ever dirt bike in a game, or in a farming simulator game. We could of course buy a Gator. I might actually download the John Deere Gator. It is a mod because it is not part of the game, but I might download it just. My bag looks so stiff, but I might buy it just because it's more fitting than a dirt bike. I mean, maybe in Asia, there are a lot of bikes in Asia just because it's a more compact place. But whoa, oh, and dead, gone. We're done. Doesn't this like remind you guys of trying to think like maybe like I want to say like a toy that like you would use and it would flip just side to side and rock side to side, or maybe I'm thinking of an actual video game where this was essentially because they didn't have crash physics for the bikes, so this is what would happen when you crash. You just like rock back and forth until the bike stood up. But we'll get this driven. Ooh, it's really fast. Very touchy handly. It's like you can very easily overcorrect it if you're not careful. But train is currently playing hopscotch back and forth. So one thing that you do have to pay attention to when you do rent the train is it'll do this like back and forth stuff. And you basically just have to go over here, unrent the train, and then re-rent the train. And then just get back in it when it gets close enough. And you're good. So we'll actually load this up with our grain. Thankfully, we should have enough space because we have 3 grain trailers, 1 log, and then 1 flatbed. And we're not selling any pallets, so. But you do have to open the tops of this. You do have to open the tops of the grain ones. I should have been on the brakes a lot sooner. And yes, it does drive like a rear train. There it is. A real train too. It takes 1.5 miles to stop. So once you get going, you better be ready to stop. Because if you're not, well, you're just going to keep going. Get her lined up with the first cart here. Fill it with our 118 liters of soybeans. I'll make sure to go fill up the trailer with the extra 4,000 that we have. I believe, the extra. Oh no. I have to empty it before I can see how much. Because if you do put it in here, this does count as storage for you. So like if you run out of space in your normal silo and you don't want to buy silo extensions, you can come put it over here. I don't believe you can get it out of here though, unless you put it on the train. So just be wary of that. All right, fill you up with our 28,000. Yeah, I don't believe you can take it out of here once you put it in. So just be cautious of that. If you're going to use this as a storage, just know that if you put it in here, it has to be sold to a track, to some place that's accessible by track. So I'll get back over here and get those extra liters emptied into here. Okay, we've got the rest of our soybeans loaded, which is only 4,200. Now we're going to load up our rice, our long grain rice, rather. Where is it? There's so many. There we go. 81,000 liters. Hopefully we should get it because each of these hold 90,000, I believe. The first 2 hold 90,000. I don't know if this back one's any different. There's also no way to take it out of this once you put it in. So just keep that in mind as well. Once you load it up, you might have to wait to get the train back. So. All right, we are fully loaded, so let's get on our way. And sell to Goldcrest Valley, which is over here. I've got the truck filling with the rice at the moment. And then we'll go ahead and buy the tenders, and the mixer wagon. And then we'll be good. And then buy our goats as well. All right, we're coming up on the Goldcrest Valley Tunnel here. And I will get a message saying, are you sure you want to sell? Say yes, and we'll see how much we rake in with profits. We're sure we want to sell? Yes. 337,000 from just that. Now, on top of that, we have the 42,000 liters in rice to sell. Trying to figure out how to get there. I believe the highway could technically take us there. You know what? Why don't we take the highway? I've never actually physically taken the highway. And it looks like our barley is also ready to harvest too, so that's good. Ooh, I completely forgot about the barley. That could have been really bad. But we'll go ahead and take the highway over there. Need a nice little trip on the highway. And hopefully it doesn't put us in the wrong location. Alright, and it pretty much took us exactly where we needed. It put us out. I believe we actually could have turned left there because there is a dotted line. But it pretty much took us exactly where we needed to go. We'll go ahead and just leave the truck here and get all that stuff purchased. It'll also stay at the store. But we'll tab over and we'll buy the goats. So let's see how much we sell this 42,000 liters of rice for. I think it was like 502 is what we started. And 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand. Oh, it's not close. 90,000. 90,000. Almost close to 100 grand. Shut that off. Tab over to our tractor here. Run ourselves over to our goat pen. I don't remember if I told you guys, but I'm also going to start doing silage. That's what that's for. Because we're going to have a lot of rice. Or a lot of rice, yeah. We're going to have a lot of grass, so you might as well get some extra profit from it. So go ahead and buy... so what are these? Are these sheep? These are sheep, right? Yeah, those are sheep. Swiss black goat. All right, so we've got the brand new goat. Goats produce goat milk, which can be sold directly or processed further. Goats eat grass and hay. Additionally, they require water. This is a yinling. Animals that are healthy and older than 8 months can reproduce. So, this animal has reached breeding age. Animals that are healthy and older than can reproduce. Okay. So, I think let's buy how many we can hold 76. I'm gonna spend a pretty penny on these guys. I say 25. 25 3 months. And then 25 16 months. That is way more than 25. And 25, there we go. Spent a pretty penny. And now we have goats. Look at him, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's a baby, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. He's so bye-bye. We also gotta bring the water trailer over here. I don't know. Do we have to fill the water? Might have to fill the water. I'm not entirely sure about that. But with that, we are going to now buy. Where is it? The tenders. Right? Yeah, tenders. How wide is this? It's 8.2. We should be fine with the 8.2 for now, with just a small field. Once we upgrade, we can, of course, get a bigger one. Buy our forage mixers. Oh, actually, you know what? Because I'd have to get a scoop. I'd have to buy a telehandler too. I have to buy a telehandler too in order to scoop up the grass and put it in here, or a skid steer. But or I can just do the small one and get a skid steer. The skid steer should be able to reach this one. I don't think it would reach the other one. How much are telehandlers? Telehandler, telehandler. The cheapest one is 139,000. The cheapest one's 139,000 plus a or we could get a front loader. Front loaders would actually work just as good and they're cheaper. So I think we might actually do that. Get a is it electric? Fuel? Okay. We'll do the fuel just because I'm not going to buy an electric charger. So we'll end up doing the fuel one. So actually, you know, let's make sure that we can buy the things that we need first. So we have to buy, we're going to buy this. What about another water trailer? 25,000? 25,000 for 8,000 liters, and this can also hold milk too. But that's for like cows and that's for the cows and the water buffalo. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually just buy another one of these. Change the wheels to chrome. Purchase another one of those. Buy the front loader. 74,000. Change the tires because you know it's not. I don't need like big words are escaping my brain. I think we just need a universal bucket, don't we? Can cut beets, manure. Yes. All right. So all we just need is the universal bucket. It can only hold 1,000 at a time, but it's fine. And that's pretty much it. I think, you know what? I think what I will do is we'll jump down here to mods and buy the gooseneck. Buy a gooseneck. And buy the gooseneck for 10,000. And then I believe I can actually put yes, I can't put a gooseneck in here. So gooseneck and fifth wheel. Oh, but there's no standard hitch. Yeah, there's no standard hitch attachment. And I would need that for the other thing. So that one's out of the question. There is a problem with, I believe it's this mod. It doesn't like the gooseneck trailer. Let me actually lease this. You can't change the color of it either, so it's unfortunate. It would just be white. Let me lease this though real quick for like 2,000. And see if I can attach, because if I can, then we'll use this one. If not, I'll go ahead and purchase the other one. I would have liked to purchase the Super Duty, even though I am a Chevy fan. I completely forgot to add the fifth wheel attachment to this. Don't mind me. I would have liked to buy that one, but it doesn't have a normal hitch for it. Oh, son of a gun. Okay. Fixed hitch, adjustable hitch, fixed hitch, and gooseneck. Then lease it for 2,000. let's try this again. The rear tailgate also doesn't have collision, but you know what? It's fine. It is what it is. Okay, cool. So I can. All right. So we'll go ahead and purchase this truck. Hopefully, it's been updated since I last downloaded it. It has been probably about a month since I did. So hopefully, it's been updated. We'll change. We'll change the grill too. I like the Chevy logo, and then yep, default grays. They're like a aluminum. This is actually no, that doesn't actually change anything. Oh, and see, look at that. The brake caliper is also glitched inside the wheel, so that's cool. It's not the best mod, but hey, there's not many Silverado mods out there that aren't squatted trucks for whatever reason. So, you know what? It is what it is. Unload that. I feel like I didn't actually need this big of a thing, but it's okay. Let's go ahead, load our front loader. I don't believe the front loader has a rear hitch attachment. Oh, it does, but I don't think I can connect this to it. No, I can't. So we'll have to come back for the trailer. But quite honestly, it's fine getting the gooseneck because at some point we will need it for something, I'm sure. And it was also only $10,000, so get this loaded up. And right about there. And and yeah, I'll go ahead and just end it off here. We now have goats, guys. Goats and farming. Hopefully, they'll be making us a pretty penny. The next episode, we'll be diving more into them and better understand them, and hopefully turn over our profit in the next year. But yeah, if you guys have any tips or if you're enjoying the videos, any links for or know anywhere to get some better mods, leave them. Let me know down below. Join the Discord. Link will be in the description as always. Other than that, I hope you all have a great, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.